The sheer scale of it is breathtaking and its age almost incomprehensible. The Grand Canyon has been around for 2 billion years, making it half as old as the Earth itself. It attracts around 5 million tourists a year. The vast majority view it from the rim, but 1% of those who visit get to go 6,000 feet down to experience it from within.
This is the first work I've done all day.
This year, Travis Wind was one of the lucky ones. He and his friends joined forces and with 30 years of waiting time, got to the top of the list. The system's now being replaced by a lottery. But their patience meant they and I could follow the Colorado right through the canyon. We're covering a 200-mile stretch of the Colorado with around 160 rapids to deal with, the most spectacular and challenging being lava falls, which comes at the end of the trip. But in the meantime, there's lots of flat water. There's a good chance to try your hand at rowing. But even that's not as easy as it looks with such a strong current.
Pull on the left. Pull on the right. And pull on both.
I soon leave it to the others to get me down the river.
And lava falls, the roar appalls, and no words can define it. We stood on shore for a week or more and swore that we would line it. No guts, I heard a boatman say, is down the tongue he rode it. He pulled ashore with a broken arm, some 40 miles below it. Oh, danger river, boiling, seething, churned into the sea. Your rapids took me and your road like I ain't ever been took before. I ain't so sure I want some more. Oh, Christian, you made me.
The Colorado has been carving its way through the canyon for 6 million years. Although the first expedition down the river was in 1869, commercial trips didn't begin until the 1930s. 20 years later, Travis's father, Pete, joined the industry as a river guide.
When I first started boating in 1967, it was what we call a cottage industry. Most of the river outfitters were running their business out of their garage. So it just grew and grew and grew. All of the rafts when we first started rafting were Army surplus from either World War II or the Korean War. It took probably another 15 years before people started making rafts, the modern day rafts we use now.
But just as rafting grew popular in the 60s, there were plans to dam the Colorado. Pete used his river trips to rally public support against the move. Now his son is doing the same, but in China.
I hope we can learn from what happened in the United States and apply that to China and give Chinese conservationists and far-sighted government officials the opportunity to use this kind of tourism as a way to, inspire rethinking of the value of these rivers.
Travis has set up a rafting company in Western China to raise awareness of the role of the country's rivers beyond providing hydroelectric power. He hopes by promoting tourism, he can protect rivers from development.
We do have a vested interest in keeping these rivers free-flowing, but fundamentally we bring people down the river. We want people to be able to experience the river and make their own conclusions.
Back on the Colorado, my companions start jumping overboard. Apparently, if they surrender now, the river won't take them later. I realize we're heading for lava, a drop of 37 feet.
It looks dangerous. I agree. And sometimes it even feels dangerous. I think statistically, at least in the United States, rafting is safer than driving a car. It's even safer than playing golf. You never, ever, ever try and conquer the river. Otherwise, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
What happens to boats is they will get up on that black rock, and you can see all that surge, and they'll spin off the side of it.
there were a couple that had obviously forgotten to pay their respects to the river gods.
There's a weird sensation you get right at the top of a rapid, and I was really, really nervous at the top of this one, mainly because like I could feel a little bit of that vibe, and I knew that I had a really little boat for that rapid. It's a game of chance, totally, on the water. You come down this river knowing that there's a good chance that you're gonna flip.
Around 30,000 people now paddle and camp along the Colorado every year. But because they and the authorities are both committed to conservation, one of America's greatest landscapes remains unspoilt. It's a hope Travis now holds out for China.